Okay, this from the BBC. Now this story might not seem like big news here in the UK, but friends, believe me when I say this is massive news, and the ripples will be felt on a global level over the coming months unless there is a dramatic and miraculous sea change in US politics. So the headline reads, Antonin Scalia, conservative US Supreme Court Justice, dies. One of the most conservative members of the US Supreme Court, Antonin Scalia, has died. Justice Scalia's death could shift the balance of power on the US High Court, allowing President Barack Obama to add a fifth liberal justice to the bench. The court's conservative 5-4 majority has recently stalled major efforts by the Obama administration on climate change and immigration. Justice Scalia, 79, was appointed by President Ronald Reagan in 1986. He died in his sleep early on Saturday while in West Texas for a hunting trip, the US Marshals Service said. Now friends, why is this story important and how does it relate to End Time Hour? Well friends, Justice Scalia was the longest standing conservative on the Supreme Court, and now his absence from the court has opened up an opportunity to tip the balance of power in favour of the globalists by appointing another liberal to the bench. At this point, the court are now all leftists. Now the US can be taken further down the pathway to the intended tyrannical world order vision, which friends, when complete, will be part of the fulfillment of end-time Bible prophecy, which tells us the whole world will become under the control of an antichrist dictatorship. Now, throughout his long-standing career, in which he was appointed to the court by President Ronald Reagan back in 1986, he was an outspoken opponent on so many issues. He was outspoken against abortion and gay rights and an ardent defender of the Constitution. It was Scalia who said, when talking about internment camps within the US, "But you are kidding yourself if you think the same thing will not happen again." Scalia cited a Latin expression, "In times of war, the laws fall silent." And then he said, "I would not be surprised to see it happen again in time of war." And he was referring, friends, to internment camps. That's right, friends, internment camps are being and have been set up in the US, and they are poised to intern political activists, liberty advocates, and those opposed to abortion or same-sex marriage, and those who believe, friends, believe it or not, in end time Bible prophecy. Yes, friends, these are the kinds of people that are being vilified today, and you only have to look at US government documents to see this is the case. And it is true, friends, that Justice Scalia was a thorn in the side of the globalists. He was a stumbling block to those who have a different vision for America, for those who hold disdain for the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, and who want to take it down the pathway of an Orwellian 1984 society. Now, many are suspicious of his death, and some are even saying he was assassinated, citing that the media immediately announced his death as being that of natural causes. Now, it seems that his family have even turned down an autopsy. Now, WND comments, William Geen, president of the Americans for Legal Immigration Political Action Committee, noted the media's rush to proclaim Scalia's death in a rented room in a resort in Texas as either natural causes or heart attack within hours of the discovery of his body. He said any time a head of state, member of Congress, or the most conservative member of the US Supreme Court is found dead, an extensive autopsy and toxicology examination should be both immediate and mandatory. The horrid reaction and comments about his death expressed by many liberals online illustrate that Scalia was hated by many people. His death hands the power of the Supreme Court to the modern left for the first time in American history. The court can now vote, even without a replacement of Scalia, to radically change the United States of America. Scalia's death means the Supreme Court is now very likely to rubber stamp Obama's unconstitutional amnesty orders, tear down Republican-drawn districts in many states, including North Carolina, and take deep left turns on abortion, gun rights, or anything the liberals have ever dreamed of. Scalia was a solid vote against Obama's immigration orders to be decided by April of this year. We do not contend there is a conspiracy, we contend that there should be no doubts, and the way the authorities and the media are rushing to conclusions will leave major doubts and legitimate concerns about a death that could lead to a radical political transformation of America to the left. Now, according to the Mail Online, John Poindexter, the ranch owner of the hotel resort where Scalia died, said he was animated and engaged during dinner a few hours earlier. Poindexter said the following morning, "We discovered the judge in bed, a pillow over his head. His bedclothes were unwrinkled. His hands were sort of almost folded on top of the sheets." Now friends, I don't know about you, but if I discovered a man of such vital importance to US politics in bed who was seemingly well the night before with a pillow over his face, I would question if there was foul play. But foul play or not, friends, one thing's for sure, the globalists are now poised to radically change the United States of America.